everybody. How you doing? It's Robin Nolan. I'm in Perth, Western Australia at the moment. I don't know what time it is anywhere. And all I know is that I want to show you a couple of crispy chords like I always do. And a couple of chords which I think you'd find super useful. And also want to let you know that we're actually here in Western Australia. I'm actually just about to start the Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat here in Perth. And we're actually, the next one after this will be in LA. And the link in the description has got all the info. It's going to be fabulous. So if you're in the States, California, and you want to come May 4th to the 8th, it's going to be a terrific time with Howard Alden, guest teacher, and myself, 4 days and nights of Gypsy Jazz, heaven on earth, okay? So check out that description. There's a link in the bio. So also, happy birthday, George. Happy birthday, George Harrison. All those years ago, he was born, and he changed all of our lives for the better. So really grateful for George. And I started out this lesson with a little kind of rendition of something, one of his songs, and it's got some crispy chords in. So I'll play that a little bit again. We've got this G. Ending, which I want to show you. And then we're in G. So welcome everybody. I can see people joining from all around the world. I'm in Perth and I want to show you some crispy chords and also let you know about the Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat in LA, which I think you would find an amazing experience. I am biased saying that, but I know what happens at these retreats and it's really magical. So I'm in this studio, actually Nunzio's studio in Perth. And I'm actually borrowing this guitar. This is actually Hank Marvin's guitar. It's a Stefan Hall Gitano guitar, and it's he's not here at the moment, so I'm just picking it up and showing you a couple of crispy chords. So, something written by George Harrison. I play it in G, right? So you got a G. Now, one chord I can show you is when it goes to G major 7, right? So instead of playing a regular, right, G major 7. Got this really nice, or this really crispy, as I call them. So you got this voicing for a G major 7, okay? So I'll show you that first. So it's G, right? G on the bottom E string, 3rd fret. Then you've got F sharp, which is 4th fret on the D string, then an open G. So you got that nice clash. Right, so G, F sharp, G, then an open B. Oh no, you got a fretted D there, 3rd fret on the B string, then F sharp on the top string there, okay? So this chord, in context, it sounds like this. So I'm playing something from Happy Birthday George Harrison. So it goes. Right, which is basically something in the way she, right? G to G major 7, but the crispy version, so the great classic country chord. Don't forget that when you're playing Gypsy Jazz. You can play a nice big open G, so right, just a big G. And then the nice chord is when you go to the G major 7. Okay, which I just showed you. So G, F sharp, open G, D on the B string, and then you can really kind of rake that. And it sounds really beautiful, right? That's G major 7, okay? So in context again, I'm playing something. Okay, then to the G7, okay? Then the song carries on. So I haven't got time to show you everything from something. If you come to the Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat in LA, I'll show you the chords, okay, to something. But for now, I'm just going to show you the first 2 chords and also the ending, right? I finished this little solo rendition with actually a Django Reinhardt ending. So when you're in G, you can end a piece like this, kind of, sorry. Okay, so you're in G. I'll show those chords in a second. How's everybody doing, by the way? When you join this live, I don't know what time it is anywhere, so maybe everyone's asleep. I'm certainly half awake. Just say hi and also share it with a friend, okay? And send the love. Don't forget the love. we're celebrating George Harrison's birthday here, and I'm teaching you a couple of chords from something, and then this Django Reinhardt ending to mix it up. Okay, so the first chord, G. So there's that big G major 7, right? Also use that chord in the Rain song from Led Zeppelin, right? Okay, and then the ending, when you're in any piece in G, and it can be a kind of out-of-time ending, you can kind of go like this. So you've just finished whatever song in G, and then you just go G, right? There's the G major, there's the root in the pinky, right? There's that chord. 7th fret there with the 3rd in the bass. Get that chord all over Gypsy jazz. Right, so there's G, then you go, so the G stays on top. So then you got G, and then just the 2 fingers. You've got the 2nd finger on the 9th fret on the bottom E, and then you bar on the 8th fret with the D, G, and B strings, right? So you got that sound, right? So you've gone from, right, G, G, and then you move it up a fret, right? Right, that's A flat. Then the same thing, then just go, and then that's D7. See what I mean? So in context, I'm coming to the end of a piece in G. Robert's in Quebec, it's -32. Wow. It's like, it's really hot here in Australia. So that's crazy. Just to recap, what's going on here? Who's this guy? Who's this guy playing the guitar? It's Robin Nolan, and I'm a Gypsy jazz guitarist, and I've actually borrowed Hank Marvin's guitar. Shh, don't tell him, he just went out. We're in the studio here in Perth, Western Australia. And I just wanted to jump on and show you a couple of crispy chords, something which you can put in your playing right away. That's my style, right? I want to show you something without too much theory that you can use right away. And if you like this way of teaching, then why don't you come and join us in LA, Los Angeles. We're holding a Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat, May 4th till 8th. And there's still places left. It's getting very popular. We've got the amazing jazz guitarist Howard Alden, who's teaching his Sweet and Lowdown class. We're finishing with a gig. It's going to be a lot of fun and very, very glam there in LA. So the link for the description, the link is in the description. I'm really jet lagged. The link is in the description. Click that. It says gypsyjazzworldpassport.com. Go there. All the info's there. It'd be great if you could join us. So here we go. Something. There's the chord. There's another crispy chord, right? You're playing C major, and you can actually go C, root and 5th, right? C, G, and then with your pinky, you can actually play the harmonics on the 12th fret, right? C major 7, so C major 7, but you can go. I'll put it in context. That's a pretty crispy chord. So G, G major 7, G7. Okay, so this is the beginning of something, right? Written by the birthday boy George. G. C major with a, right, C, G, then on the 12th fret, the harmonics on the, right, it's a beautiful sounding C major chord, really glistens, really crispy, as I say. Right, so from the top, G major, nothing wrong with the big country chord of G. Don't like to kind of box music, so just because it's called Gypsy Jazz doesn't mean we can't borrow chords from other musics. Who wouldn't want to play that big G? So if you're playing something in G, you could go. Right, so there you go. So the G major 7 chord I'm playing there, which also works in the Rain song, you've got this sound. Right, so it kind of, when you first learn a new chord, it's kind of like, oh my God, what is that? And your fingers feel so weird, but what I do, if I learn a new chord, I kind of fret the chord, and then take my hand away, and then I put it back, take my hand away, put it back, until I've actually kind of, something happens between your fingers and your brain, you know what I mean? So your fingers are going, what the hell's going on? Your brain's going, help. But eventually, if you kind of keep going like that, you remember the chords. So there's G, and then there's that chord. So if that's a new chord for you, just kind of, and you actually want to learn it, then just do it a load of times. There's no real secret other than that, you know. Kind of introduce your brain to your fingers and trying to get them synced up. Okay, so there's G major 7, G7, right, again using the open chords, G, F, open G, open B, right? So if we're playing something as a kind of solo guitar arrangement, it's kind of... big C major 7 sound, which is really beautiful, okay? Just to recap, C, root 5th, right then. If you want to be fancy, you can kind of do the whammy bar thing. Always sounds really beautiful, okay? And then the other crispy chords I wanted to show you were at the end of my arrangement of something, but you could, it's basically a Django thing, right? So you get to G. It's really kind of subtle, very nice movement of the harmony there. So you got G, right? That's G, of course, right? You got G in your pinky there at the top, okay? The 3rd in the bass, the G in your 1st finger, the 5th, the D in your 3rd finger. Then with your little finger, you've got the G. So that's G, right? And then you go, okay, I don't know what that chord's called, but it doesn't matter. It's kind of easier just to think, there's the 8th fret. You still got the G in the top, then the 2nd finger takes that note in the bass, so you go, then up to A flat, so G, A flat, and then that chord is actually D7, right, D7, as we might know it, but you got the 7th in the bass, which is really cool, okay. Like I say, if you want me to show you these up close in person, then why don't you think about coming to Los Angeles to the Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat. It's happening on May 4th to the 8th. I'm going to be teaching my 5 breakthrough workshops where I show you how to do the rhythm. I teach you how to solo. I show you my gig ready boot camp. Okay, new secrets of Gypsy Jazz guitar and making music together. Basically, the retreat is actually about music, okay? So we're not going to sit there talking about scales, talking about arpeggios. We're actually going to play and use our ears, our brains, a little bit of our brains, what's left, and a lot of heart, okay? I want to show you how to play like that. And we're going to do a gig together with Alden, the great jazz guitarist. He's coming to do his Sweet and Lowdown workshop, which will be fabulous. And then we're doing a gig together, the whole group, and it's going to be really fun. And tickets are selling quite fast, so make sure you grab yours. Any questions, of course, you know where to find me, just let me know. I can always jump on a call and explain how it will go. Back to the lesson, right? Just in context, who the hell am I? Robin Nolan. I'm dedicated to helping people with Gypsy Jazz guitar for whatever level, beginners from whatever style. And my whole mantra is keeping it simple, and it's all about the music, okay? We're also celebrating George Harrison's birthday, who's a big influence on so many of us, and he kind of guides us musically and otherwise. And I just wanted to show you some crispy chords for his piece, Something. So you got the open G, this G major 7, right? G7, then this C. Okay, so that's the few chords I wanted to show you. Then I wanted to show you the ending, which you can actually tag on to any piece you're playing. There's the root G. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's what the lesson was about. If you need any more help with this, then click the link in the description. It says Gypsy Jazz World Passport, and I'll be happy to help you. That's it. I'm going to jump off. It's boiling hot here. I'm in the studio. This is Hank Marvin's guitar, and we're here at the Gypsy Jazz Breakthrough Retreat in Australia, and why don't you join us in LA? okay? Otherwise, share this video with a friend, leave me a comment, press the love heart, don't be shy, and I'll see you soon for some more crispy action, okay? Well, I'll send you an update from the retreat here, which is just about to start, okay? Lots of love from the Nolans. Happy birthday, George.